Today, I will be talking about the budget crisis in Oakland schools, a wicked problem seen not only in Oakland but throughout all of California that needs to be addressed. The Rochester Business Journal quotes, "Lack of education is the root cause of poverty. Hence, if we address this budget crisis problem in school districts, not only in Oakland, but our nation as a whole, we can put an end to many injustices such as poverty." I started this story map with a small introduction. The contemporary name of my place is Oakland. Its toponym is Las Encinas, Spanish meaning the oaks. Its etymology, origin of these words, comes from first being claimed for the Spanish king by explorers from New Spain in 1772, given the area included a woodland of oak trees. Oakland's site was once a mosaic of coastal terrace prairie, oak woodland, and north coastal scrub. Its fertile flatland soils also helped it become a prolific agricultural region. As stated before, Oakland schools are dealing with a budget crisis. This image displays all the public and private schools in Oakland. This gives a better idea of how big the problem really is and how many are involved. The budget crisis in Oakland schools has reached a critical level, with the situation so desperate that top-level administrators are voluntarily giving back part of their paychecks, and layoffs as well as classroom cuts are imminent. The district's most pressing concern is the $15.1 million deficit in this year's budget, which will require schools and the central office to slash expenditures even though the academic year is nearly half over. Without immediate action and with another $11 million in cuts needed to balance next year's budget, the district is at a risk of a state takeover again. In Walker 2013, the Atlas of California mapping the challenges of New Era, we are presented with this image that ties this problem not only at a regional scale, but at a state scale. The image ranks California as first in innovation, second in renewable energy, first in agriculture, and second in exports of all 50 states, depicting a very intelligent and prosperous state. Still, California ranks 49th in income inequality, 50th in percentage of households in poverty, 42nd in food security, 48th in education, and 43rd in health, begging the question, how can such a successful and intelligent state have such a poor education system? These next media sources claim to have an answer. This YouTube video speaks about the corruption in the education system. The video states, many pointed out that charters are also siphoning, draw off, or transfer over a period of time, especially illegally or unfairly, money from public schools, and yet the school board continues to vote for them. And you can watch that on your own time. This YouTube podcast also speaks of a similar problem, the overpaying of administrators. To summarize this corruption, I will use a CEO's insight on this topic. The CEO is of a major investment company in the charter district. When asked why people should add charter schools to their investment portfolio, he replied, "Well, I think it's a very stable business, very recession resistant. It's a very high demand product. There's 400,000 kids on waiting list for charter schools. The industry's growing about 12 to 14% a year. So it's a high growth, very stable, recession resistant business. It's a public payer. The state is the payer. If you do business with states with solid treasuries, then it's a very solid business." Practically, people, in this case, charters and administrators that manage state taxed organizations / systems, in this case, education, many times take advantage of the situation. They spend the minimum amount of money in the organization and keep the rest for themselves. We need better regulations and laws that show exactly how the money is used, in the hope of turning this crisis around and empowering our nation by educating them.